Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I'm your host, your YouTube messiah, and often imitated, never duplicated, as well as legendary WWE Champion Tim Vicious. And let us get on with the show this week. Now, normally we talk about the big current events. Try and talk about the big current events before we get into the main topic of the show. Not gonna lie, not much has been going on around the the big quote unquote water cooler talk. Only real big news can honestly say news broke at some point that Kenny Omega actually has a appearance in the new Street Fighter. He is the Mayor Cody, which, okay, that is some pretty badass news, you know. I mean, I'm not that big of a fighting game person, you know. I prefer platformers and shooters, but that's another topic for another day. But yeah, other than that, not much else really big going on. So with that said, let us get on to the main show. Raw in Richmond, Virginia, open up very lovely and beautiful tribute for Memorial Day. In which case, everyone here at the Vicious Studios and everyone that works with this show in any way, shape, or form, we all do thank everyone who still does continue to serve, as well as pay respect and honor those that have fallen in the line of duty. For them, we say thank you. That said, let's move on with the show. Show started out with the big guy himself, Braun Strowman, coming on out, hyping up Money in the Bank, talking about on how he wiped the floor with Finn Balor last week, and on how at Money in the Bank he's gonna wind up squashing everyone in front of him, climb the ladder, get that contract, and then Brock Lesnar is gonna get these hands. And then Finn came out, talked about on how, hey, you know, I'm the first Universal Champion. I never lost that title, and that eats me up every day. So at Money in the Bank, I'm coming to get my title back. That means I'm going to have to get through you, big man. You got heart, kid. And then Finn just whack, bitch slaps him, which, not the smartest move in the world. Because then Braun threw him in the corner, picked him up, and tossed him, literally tossed him, just like he was like a freaking ball, like a wadded up ball of paper, like it literally, Finn landed, bounced, rolled out of the ring. You could almost hear Coach, he had to catch himself on commentary. Oh, shoot! You know, I'm pretty sure at that point Vince was like, damn it! Damn it, pal. We can't have Coach fucking curse on TV. This is PG, damn it. He can't say shit. If he's back here, it's perfectly fucking fine, but he can't say shit, god damn it. Then Kurt comes out, makes it official. We got an official match. Braun Strowman, Finn Balor rematch from last week. And they proceed to go to commercial. They come back. Kevin Owens is on commentary. Kevin, very beautiful and on the way he's working it, you know, being very much so heel-ish, because, you know, heaven forbid, like I keep saying on here, God forbid a bad guy should do bad guy-like things. And he was, you know, hyping up on how he's going to win, and on how, you know, he was the victim of, you know, losing this match, or having to earn to do this or that, you know, talking about him now. He's a prize fighter. He hasn't had a prize in a while. That's why he's been in a bit of a slump. You know, something like, you know, things like that. And then mid-match, you know, during the match itself, though, Braun just straight up plowing through Finn like it was nothing. During the match, though, what was interesting was during the match, Owens would actually get off the headset, get on the mic, and yell to Braun. You know, while he was in mid-match, and Braun got distracted, and then that gave Finn a chance to mount a small bit of a comeback, and he did the same thing to Finn. Really like that, you know, different. And that's what I keep saying. It's different. And I'm good with different. Whether it works out in the end or not, I'm good with different because honestly, you never know what's going to work until you try it, really. Now, match came to an end. Finn had Braun set up for going for the coup de grace. Just as Finn's up at the top, Owens, boom, knocks him down. And so yeah, winds up doing that. They proceed. And yeah, so after that, you see backstage, Owens trying to leave. Kurt won't let him. He said because of... And now, also, Owens was calling crap on everyone he's going to be competing with at Money in the Bank as well, in the Money in the Bank match. And was saying, you know, calling out shit on Bobby Roode in it. And then Kurt said, because of all the stuff you were saying about Bobby Roode, you got a match with him tonight, so you're not leaving. Next up, we get Intercontinental title match, Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal. And this was a very good match. I very much so enjoyed this match. Yeah, Seth starting out right off the bat real good. Nice, hot, and strong. Man, absolutely love it. You know, and like I said, ever since he got the title, it's like he went from one gear into a whole different one. And I know a lot of people don't like the idea of, well, somebody being a former world champion and getting a mid-card title afterwards, you know, oh, it's a demotion. No, it's not. It's more, what kind of work ethic do you put into it? That's my thing. If you put just as much hard work into the mid-card title as you do when you are the world champion, you're good. You know, you're making that title worth something. And Seth, he is doing that because he is working just as hard as he was when he was world champ. This, really liked the match, really liked the storytelling that was in it. Jinder, he wound up getting in control after the break. It was relatively short-lived though. Seth started to mount a good bit of a comeback. Match wound up coming to an end though when Seth, just running hot on emotions, grabbed a chair and wham! Smashed Jinder with it. Now, should mention, I apologize, I brain farted and I forgot this part right at the beginning of it. Before the match started, the smelly hipster, Elias, was out there, you know, doing his musical thing, and then Seth came out and threw his stuff out of the ring. So, yeah. After the match was called, so Jinder won by DQ. After Seth chased Jinder away, he was up on the commentating table celebrating. Yeah! And then, right out of nowhere, wham! Gets cracked with a guitar from smelly hipster, Elias. So, yeah. Now we're transitioning into Seth getting a new feud with Elias, which, okay, I can work with. May not like the Elias character, but I sure as hell dig the wrestler himself. You know? That said, next matchup, Matt and Bray going against the Ascension. Now, there was some talk, everyone saying, a couple weeks ago saying, oh, WWE's not caring about tag teams again. They haven't had them on TV in a while. They're just doing piss-poor matches. Dude, here's the thing. You got 3 hours for Raw. You got 2 hours for SmackDown. You got about 3, we'll say 4 hours for a pay-per-view. You know? And not only that, the pay-per-views aren't individual ones now. They're combined. So, you can't get every single character and every single story on TV all the time. You know? God forbid the tag teams should have to sit in the back for a minute to hype up the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, build up stories for matches to end up at the pay-per-view. God forbid that that should happen, though. You know? I mean, for crying out loud, cruiserweights haven't been on Monday. The cruiserweights themselves have not competed on Monday Night Raw since about a week or two after Enzo got fired. Now, let me ask you this. Does that mean that they gave up on the cruiserweights? No. No, because they still have their show, they still have their title, and they're still kicking ass. Tag teams are still there. Dude, sometimes it can't happen. You know, you can't get everything into that one spot all at once. You know, you can't fit everything into all that. That's just what it is. Now, back to this match. Like I said, it was Matt and Bray going against the Ascension. And kind of, nah. I mean, it was kind of a ho-hum tag match. It was more so like, yeah, it was decent in and of itself as it was something to chew the clock, but that was about it. Match came to an end when Matt and Bray hit that reverse Russian leg sweep. They now call it kiss of deletion. You know, so that was it. Next up, we get the Bobby Roode Kevin Owens match. And this, real good start, nice back and forth in it. Really dug on how the match went, you know. Really dug the match and, you know, sat there and as I was watching, I'm thinking, we're getting TNA versus Ring of Honor in the WWE ring. Okay, that's not bad. I'll allow it. I like it. And that was it, you know. Just a little random factoid I hadn't thought of, you know. But yeah. Match came to an end. Owens got the win. He countered a jackknife into a and countered Bobby Roode going for a jackknife cover and just boom. And 1, 2, 3. That was it. After that, as Owens is proceeding to walk up the ramp, next you know, and you hear Braun Strowman's music. He's like, and he's just got that look like dude just opened up the door and he saw Jason Voorhees like. And you know he's got like that split second to realize, oh shit, I'm about to die. And then he sees Braun and then he proceeds to get his ass whooped. And then Bobby Roode proceeds to get his ass whooped by Braun. Honestly, I really hope Braun Strowman does win the Money in the Bank match. You know, but more so than anything, I want to know, how the hell is he going to climb that ladder? He's damn near 400 pounds. What the hell? So yeah, next up we get Drew McIntyre versus Chad Gable, and this, oh my god, this right here. Drew was just dominating the entire time. Oh, I felt sorry for Chad watching this match. I was like, ooh, man. And one thing I did notice though, when Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler are standing next to each other, it was like seeing two different comparisons of metalheads. You had Drew McIntyre, who's the big buff metalhead that, you know, you're like, yeah, I'm not getting into a pit with that motherfucker. Whereas Dolph Ziggler looks like the 80s, looks like the guy who's the frontman for an 80s hair metal tribute band. Just, again, random thing thought of and noticed. But yeah, match came to an end. McIntyre, he hit the Claymore. Honest to God, like I said, you know, I was talking to my good buddy Zeke on this during the match. You know, he even pointed out and showed me. Sean Waltman gave Drew the seal of approval, and for the longest time, Sean Waltman, X-Pac, Pac was the standard bearer. You know, if you couldn't do a decent match with him, you know, it was, you're out. So you know, if he's getting the seal of approval from Pac, you know, what the fuck's that tell you? You know, the kids earned, you know, and I say kid, I call everyone kid, but Drew has earned and fought and clawed his way, and, you know, after he got let go, he changed himself completely. He got more jacked, he got more toned, he just became a fucking machine, killed it in Europe, killed it at TNA, and then killed it in freaking NXT, and now he's going to kill it here on Raw. Eventually, I see him being like the third or possibly fourth person to get the Universal title after Brock Lesnar's eventual title reign ends. You know? So, pin this video, hold it, quote this line right here. Drew McIntyre will be the third or fourth Universal Champion after Brock Lesnar's inevitable title reign ends. That said, now we go on to the main event of the night. It was women's gauntlet match for the last chance survival women's gauntlet match to see who gets in the Money in the Bank women's ladder match. Started off with Bayley going against Liv Morgan. This one was literally 2 seconds. Bayley hit the Bayley to belly. Boom. That was it. Done. Next thing you know, Sarah Logan comes out. Winds up trying to Bayley to belly. Sarah stops her. Small little tussle, but ends with a roll-up on Logan. Then leading to her versus Ruby. And, well, right as Ruby's coming down, Liv and Sarah Logan, they proceed to start doing a roll-on her and beat the shit out of her. And then, you know, after a little bit of a tussle back and forth between Bayley and Ruby Riott for a minute, you know, Bayley's out via the Ruby hitting a Riott kick on her. Next up, we get Ruby versus Dana Brooke. Hit another Riott kick to her. Wasn't right away, though. You know, Dana did get 1 or 2 moves in, but it was relatively short-lived. Next up, it was Mickie James. Hello, Mickie! Hometown pop and in the short shorts and oh mama. Don't judge me, damn it. Anyways, yeah, it was a nice little bit of a nice back and forth with it, you know. It was a quick roll up though on Mickie. She was holding the tights, got the roll up, so yeah. Ending with Sasha. Yeah, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Honestly, they freaking... from a fan perspective, it feels like talking fast and I'm thinking, fuck! They pretty much diluted Sasha when it comes to the titles. When it comes to the title reign. Because she was just so back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with Charlotte so much. It was just... That was it, plain and simple. Excuse me. But yeah, nice bit of physicality in the match, you know, nice bit going on between the two. Match came to an end when Sasha hit the bank statement eventually, got the win, and Sasha wins. Again. Joy. You know, it would have been nice. Yeah, honestly, nothing against Sasha, fully support her, but like I said, need to take her out of the title picture for a bit and just, yeah, focus her on a story with someone else and make one of the other girls chase after the title for a minute. You know? Think that would make it better. That way she's, you know, keep her like a year or 2 away from the title and then be like, you know what? I've been away from this thing long enough trying to not chase it, not chasing after this. I want that baby. I want that bitch back. Just, you know, something like that. Plain and simple. But yeah. So yeah, that is it for this week's show, folks. So, like on normal, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes. Make sure y'all look for me on my Twitter at Tim Vicious. I am also on that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. I do also have another Twitter account, Tim_Vicious. And if you look for me on that Facebook gimmick, make sure you let me know you found me either from here or on Twitter. That way I don't think you got your creep drum going. And do not forget to follow all of these cool-ass cats right here on Twitter. Axel Mulligan, make sure you check out Axel's newest project, Brit Wrestling Review, where they talk about British European wrestling. Kenny Killer, my 2 good brothers, I am Danny Sunday. And Oliver Ben, who is the executive producer for this week's show. Who is the executive producer for this show, who did also provide music for this show. Music's out there on iTunes, Spotify, and such. Details are down below. Cranky Grandpa, Aaron _DeBar, and Dazzy MWP. And folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Fuck you.